There is a scratch on your car right now. Maybe it has been there for months. Maybe you got a quote from the dealer, $300 for 100, maybe more, and you just left it. What if I told you that Japanese auto engineers cracked this problem in the 1980s for about $2, and that the body shop industry has spent decades making sure you never find out about it? Stay with me. I am going to show you exactly what it is, how it works, and why it actually works. Not magic, actual chemistry. My name is not important. What matters is this. I have been obsessed with the gap between what professional mechanics and detailers actually know and what they tell their customers. That gap is enormous. And most of the time, the stuff they are hiding is not complicated. It is simple, old, cheap. This video is about one of those things. Cerium oxide. That is its name. Write it down if you want. It is a fine white powder, a rare earth compound, and it has been used in industrial glass polishing since the 1940s. Optical lenses, camera glass, watch faces, anything where you need a scratch-free surface with a mirror finish. Japanese auto engineers figured out in the 1980s that car clear coat, the transparent protective layer on top of your paint, behaves almost identically to optical glass when it comes to surface scratches. And they started using cerium oxide in professional detailing. It never became a consumer product in the West. Not because it does not work, because it works too well. Let me give you the 30-second chemistry explanation, because I think you deserve to understand why this works, and not just trust me. When you have a scratch on your car, what you are actually seeing is a groove in the clear coat. The paint underneath is usually fine. The scratch is just a physical disruption in that top transparent layer, catching light at the wrong angle and showing up as a white or gray line. Cerium oxide particles are extremely hard, about 6.2 on the Mohs scale, and extremely fine. When you apply them with a damp applicator and work them into the surface, two things happen at the same time. First, the particles fill the groove mechanically, like a microscopic filler. Second, and this is the interesting part, the friction generates a small amount of localized heat. We are talking fractions of a degree, which causes the clear coat to very slightly soften and reflow around the particles. The surface literally heals itself. This is called chemomechanical polishing. It is the same process used to polish semiconductor wafers. You are essentially doing to your car what Intel does to microchips. A $2 compound used in semiconductor manufacturing. On your car. Today. Now here is the part that is going to make you uncomfortable. Every certified detailer knows about cerium oxide. Every body shop manager knows about it. It is not a secret within the industry. It is a secret from you, the customer. The average body shop charges between $150 and $400 to fix a surface scratch. The actual material cost for that repair, if they use cerium oxide, is under $3. The rest is labor and, more importantly, what economists call information asymmetry. You do not know what they know, so you cannot price the service correctly. Car dealerships are even worse. They will quote you for a full respray of a panel for a scratch that a 5-minute compound treatment would completely eliminate. I have seen quotes for over $800 for damage that a $10 kit handles completely. This is not illegal. It is just the way information gets monopolized in service industries. And the solution, as always, is knowing what they know. Here is what you need. Nothing exotic. Cerium oxide powder or paste. Any brand. On Amazon, you are looking at $8 to $15 for a tub that will last you dozens of treatments. Search for cerium oxide polishing compound. You will find it immediately. A foam applicator pad. Usually comes with the compound or costs $1 separately. A microfiber cloth. You already have one. Water. From your tap. That is it. Total cost. Under $15 for a kit that will treat every surface scratch on every car you own for the next several years. One important caveat before I show you the process. Cerium oxide works on clear coat scratches, the kind where the scratch is white or light gray and has not broken through to the base paint or metal. If you can see color disruption in the scratch, or if it is deep enough to catch your fingernail, this is a different category of repair. Still fixable, but a different process. I will cover that in a separate video. For the vast majority of everyday scratches, parking lot, keys, brushes, car washes, cerium oxide is your answer. Clean the area around the scratch with soap and water. Dry completely. You need a clean, dry surface. Put a small amount of compound on your foam pad, about the size of a pea. You need less than you think. Dampen the pad very slightly with water. Not wet, just damp. The moisture activates the chemomechanical process. Work the compound into the scratch using small circular motions. Medium pressure. You are not scrubbing, you are polishing. Keep the area small, about 2 to 3 inches around the scratch. After about 60 seconds, you will see the compound start to dry and become hazy. This is normal. Keep going for another 30 seconds. Wipe the area clean with your microfiber cloth. Inspect. For light scratches, you may be done. For deeper clear coat scratches, repeat the process 2 or 3 times. The total time for a typical scratch, under 5 minutes. What you will see is the scratch either completely disappearing or reducing by 80 to 90%. Under normal lighting, from a normal viewing distance, the repair is invisible. This is not a temporary fix. The clear coat has been physically polished and the surface has reflowed. The scratch is gone. Not covered. Gone. Now think about every car you have owned, every quote you have accepted, every time you drove around with damage because the repair cost was too high. The knowledge existed. It was just not given to you. That is what this channel is about. I am going to keep pulling things out of professional service manuals, Japanese engineering documents, industrial chemistry, things that have been in use for decades in professional settings but never made it to the consumer. And I am going to show you exactly what they are and exactly how to use them. If that is useful to you, subscribe. New video every few days. The link to the specific compound I recommend is in the description. It does not change the price for you, but it helps keep this channel going. See you in the next one.